Alright, hello everyone, welcome. Today we have a very special showcase as Luuk Herssen has finally arrived in Wuthering Waves, a very hyped unit for many people including myself. He is the new Tune Break DPS. He is our first Tune Break DPS to use the straining side of Tune Break. So this will be very interesting to see just how well he performs. For his showcase we will be using the full Tune Break team of Mornay, Lene, and Luuk to see how he performs. We also only have him at S0R0. You're using the new Pulsation Bracer, the new standard gauntlet banner, the new standard banner gauntlet weapon that was introduced in 3.0. So I would highly advise that you guys stick around for my final thoughts after the showcase, because there are some things we need to talk about with Luuk in terms of his performance, which you might notice during the fights. And of course, as always, team builds will be shown at the very end of the video. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the showcase.
All targets in sight. Order execute. Initiating criticality protocol. Structural override initiated.
Yo, over here. Tie a bow and call that my signature.
Struggling only pains you more. Gotcha.
Rot, resected!
Blink. And agony I deliver. Merciful death. Split.
Assuming master control. Processing authorizing maximum output. Structural override initiated.
Check this out. That's all you got? Special delivery goes boom! Shake it up! Woo! One more! Hey, where's the fire?
Immediate procedure. Rise anew.
Time to incise.
Return to silence.
My scalpel etches your
Epitaph.
Attack formation. All targets in sight. Guidance ready. Access confirmed. Order execute. Stars, hear my queries. Structural override initiated.
That's all you got? Special delivery goes boom! Shake it up! One more! Hey, where's the fire?
Immediate procedure. Rise anew.
Gotcha.
Veins exposed. Reconstruction.
Blink. And agony ends. I bestow eternal peace. As expected, split.
Assuming master control. Processing authorizing maximum output. Structural override initiated.
Check this out. Tie a bow and call that my signature. Woo! Woo! New look! Shake it up!
Struggling only pains you more.
Modality switch.
Entombed in daybreak, I deliver merciful death. I am the best.
Assuming master control. Attack initiating criticality protocol. Structural override initiated.
Go over here. Don't blink! You'll miss the best part! Zip! Shake
Pain relief initiated. Ash takes form. Rot resected.
Hover modules ready. Locked in. Attack initiating criticality protocol. Structural override initiated.
Go over here. Tie a bow and call that my signature. Marked. One more. New look. Shake it up.
Pain relief initiated. Imbalance ends here. Game over. Return to silence. I bestow eternal peace. Time to incise. Split.
Assuming master control. Guidance ready. Processing complete. Stars, hear my queries. Structural override initiated.
Need a ride, sweet special delivery? Go boom! Shake it up.
Struggling only pains you more.
Rot resected. A bearable price. Blink, and agony ends. I deliver merciful death. Gotcha, I am the vessel.
Assuming master control. Order execute. Authorizing maximum output. Structure override initiated.
Check this out. Shake it up. I call the shots. Don't blink. You'll miss the best part.
Immediate procedure. Ash takes form. Game over. Dissection veins exposed.
Command mode engaged. Guided, leave it to me. Order execute. Initiating criticality protocol. Structural override initiated.
Go over here. Tie a bow and call that my signature. Marked. Woo! New look. Shake it up.
Immediate procedure. Rise anew. Reconstruction. Return to silence. I bestow eternal peace. Time to incise. Imbalance ends here.
I am.
Assuming master control. Locked in. All units fire. Attack confirmed. Authorizing maximum output. Structure override initiated.
Check this out. Don't blink. You'll miss the best part. Woohoo! Woo! One more. Woo! Shake it up. That's all you've
Pain
got.
relief initiated. Ash takes form. Gotcha. Veins exposed. Blink, and agony ends. I deliver merciful death. Split. Form.
Assuming master control. Access confirmed. Processing complete. Stars, hear my queries. Structural override initiated.
Special delivery goes boom! Shake it up. Need a ride, sweetheart?
Struggling only pains you more.
Game over. to incise. Entombed in daybreak.
Gotcha.
My scalpel etches your epitaph.
Alright, and with that, we are now done with the fight portion of the showcase, so let me go ahead and give my final thoughts. Overall, Luuk is a very good DPS. I find him to be very fun. He has one of the most entertaining fight styles in the entire game. Entire like aerial combat, it's super fun to do. Very fun unit, but you have to keep in mind, especially at S0R0, he is very much a build-up unit. He has to build up to his damage. You really need to get those stacks of Tune Strain built up to really start seeing the effect he can do. And with that being said, that means he really struggles in multi-enemy content. He's very much more of a single enemy like boss killer. Now, the longer he stays in a fight with a boss, the stronger he gets. Especially with those buffs that start stacking up. Once you get the Tune Strain interfered all stacked up, once you get like 3 stacks, the amount of damage he does, especially at S0R0, really impressive. So that's one thing you always have to keep in mind, is that your first rotation with him at this level, more than likely the damage might seem a little low, but once you really get going with him, he really starts to show out. But
Take it easy.
the thing about his showcases today is that the tower buffs for him really didn't really help him all that much. The only real tower buff he got from this TOA is the enemies being minus 10 Spectral Resist. And that's only for the first 2 floors of the middle tower. The last 2 floors are Spectral Resist, so his performance can seem a little weak, but that's because a lot of the buffs are tailor-made for IMF, either revolving around Tune Break Rupture, or Fusion Burst, or just Fusion Damage.
Take it easy.
So that's one reason why Luuk might seem a little weak. Maybe with this upcoming TOA refresh that's happening this weekend, the buffs will be a little bit more tailored to him, or at least be more applicable to him. Because this last TOA cycle was very much focused on IMF. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But overall, he's not a bad DPS. I've seen some people think he's bad, but he really is not. He just has a different playstyle, and a lot of his damage is very backloaded, even more so than what I thought Imeth was, because Luuk needs to stack up Tune Strain in order to really start harvesting that damage. Now, if you have his signature weapon, he kind of alleviates that issue a little bit by being able to ignore defense and having so much basic attack damage boost and spectral damage boost. But regardless, he's still a very fun unit. He's still a very capable unit. So if you need a Tune Break DPS, Luuk's not a bad option at all. He really is not. Between Imeth or Luuk, I honestly don't think you could go wrong either way. So overall, I'll have to give Luuk an A+. I think he's an amazing release, and I'm excited to see what they do with him in the future with more units, because he doesn't have his best in slot team. Mornay is really good for him. Mornay would be amazing, like perfect for him with her S1. So if you have Mornay S1, highly recommend you give Luuk a shot, because I really do think her S1 is extremely helpful in achieving Luuk's full potential even quicker, keeping it and making sure that the buffs don't go away from losing those Tune Strain interfere stacks, or losing Mornay's debuff in the 8 seconds that she has, because with S1 that gets extended. But Lene, while she is an amazing support for Luuk, don't get me wrong, she's not his best in slot because she buffs liberation damage, not basic damage. So if we can get a version of Lene, but with basic damage bonus on the outro instead of liberation, that would be his best in slot support and would absolutely shoot him up even more. So Luuk can only go up from here, so we'll just have to wait and see what some future releases have for him. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. Let me know how you have been enjoying Luuk. Let me know how your polls went, and I will see you all next time. Enjoy the team builds.
Power levels.
Got a long bucket list. Good thing I've got time to check every box. I've got a long...
The incision has to be clean. Don't want to mess for suturing. The incision has to be clean. Don't want to mess for suturing.